Welcome, children, to our next session of the economic importance of bacteria and fungi. We were discussing about the importance of bacteria in biological nitrogen fixation. Today, we shall discuss about the other economic importance of bacteria. They are also utilized in preparing medicines, that is antibiotic. We have discussed about streptomycin, that is extracted from the bacteria Streptomyces graviaceus, and we you have also found heard or know that bacteria lactobacillus can change milk into curd. You have also studied about methanogens, that is the bacteria that can survive in extreme conditions, where that is they are useful in producing methane gas, and they are also useful in tanning of leather, curing of tea. uh, that some bacteria are act as useful, found in the intestinal region, which are important for digestion. And the antibiotics used, they usually do not kill this useful bacteria that are found inside the human body or the animals. Beside this, we also know that bacteria can be harmful. The most that is common, you can find that apart from the diseases, one usually can suffer from the harmful effects of bacteria in the form of food poisoning. The technical term is referred as botulism. It may be caused by Salmonella bacteria, Salmonella species. Now, usually you must have, while I was talking about the bacterial structure, you must have, I mentioned about a structure called as capsule, which is found outside the cell wall. This particular layer called capsule is resistant to high temperature chemicals. So, when the food is pre-cooked and stored in canned, especially tinned and canned foods, you must have, while buying, you must have seen the manufacturing date and the expiry date is written. Some of the bacteria, that such as Salmonella species, they can survive even in harsh conditions, and they are not killed at mild temperatures. So what happens, since this food are pre-cooked and stored or canned or tinned, this bacteria can survive those conditions, and when consumed they can lead to food poisoning, which can be fatal also. So there are different methods of food preservation by which we can preserve food and protect it from bacterial infections. I have written down few of the methods. First is boiling. This is a primitive method of food preservation. Like before the advent of the that is the different types of water saving methods, like we have the aquaguard and all, the primitive method by which water could be kept clean and safe for drinking, it was by boiling. So boiling the food or water kills the bacteria that might be present in it. Next method is salting. Now salting is what? Salting or addition of salt or sugar. Got it? So addition of salt or sugar, uh, what happens in this case, what do you find, that is in certain foods when your pickles or jams are being made, especially during the pickles, salts are being added. Got it? Extra salt is added so that the bacterial cell, they lose water and they do not survive in less moisture. Got it? Same thing with dehydration. It is the method of that is uh, preventing the growth of microbes such as bacteria and fungi without water. That is drying of foods. Got it? Such as grains, meat, fish, vegetables, and it is an effective method. You have dried milk powder as an excellent example of dehydration. Dehydration means removal of water. So the various food items, especially the vegetables and the food items like cereals, all have some quantity of moisture in it. So if they are being dried, water content is removed from it, or moisture, it the storage period is more. Next is pasteurization, founded by Louis Pasteur. Very important method of preserving food, especially milk, in which the milk is warmed, not boiled, at 70 degrees Celsius and then suddenly chilled. Next is refrigeration. In this method, as you know, keeping the food at a very low temperature inhibits the activity of bacteria and its enzymes. Next is irradiation. This is a particular method of food preservation in which the food quality or quantity is not harmed by subjecting it to ultraviolet, very low dose of ultraviolet radiation. That's why you find that you must have heard of Tetra Pak. Tetra Pak is nothing. That is the food is packaged in forming three layers. Got it? Tetra Pak that can keep the food uh, that is preserved for a longer duration. Clear? That is the food item of first pack that has a three-layered packing and then subjected to very low dose of ultraviolet radiation. Though it is costly, but it is a very effective method. Lastly, we have use of strong chemicals or preservatives such as sodium benzoate, especially in the formation of squashes, pickles and jams and jellies. This particular chemical is used, sodium benzoate, which keeps the food item preserved for a longer duration. Next, we have got fungi. That is, I told you about fungi. You have to study about it. Fungi, you have two different groups of fungi. The unicellular form is called as yeast, and multicellular are penicillium, aspergillus, then mushroom. Clear? Now, though fungi, they are that is, you can say that do not have true root, stems or leaves. They have a elongated structure called as hyphae, and a intermass, that is many hyphae form a network called as mycelium. They are present as blue-green mold. Blue mold is called as the penicillium and the green mold is called as aspergillus. Clear? The first antibiotic was extracted from Penicillium notatum, and therefore the antibiotic was also known as penicillin. Clear? They also are harmful. They cause athlete foot and ringworm. Beside this, another important factor, they have a very wide variety of use in the baking industry, wine industry, cheese industry, and of course mushroom is edible and a rich source of protein. Got it? Now, when you have this, see, fungi, how wines are being made. Got it? It is a beverage, and you have to remember all these steps. Got it? How wine is being made, underlined in your book if you have it. Fermentation, by the process of fermentation. Then you have characteristics of wine. Wine is quickly absorbed into the body. In very small quantities it may be useful, but in large quantities it is harmful and causes liver cirrhosis or liver cancer. So in that case it is very harmful. Then we have got the cheese. These are the methods: curdling of milk, curd is processed, salting and ripening. Got it? So cottage cheese, what is being done? The milk is curdled by the addition of lactic acid, and then third process, moisture is removed by hanging the curd, or that is kept in such a way that the moisture is removed, and after that they are subjected to uh, salting so that it does not get infected by the infections by bacteria or fungi. And then lastly ripening is being done, which is done at a suitable temperature and